Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, partner, I think we can safely sum up the goal of this final week of the preseason with 3 simple words. Don't get hurt.
And make sure you follow that mantra, okay? We cannot have you hurt going into the season. But you're exactly right. Starters will play very little, if at all, in this game. A lot of guys fighting to make the roster because after this game's over, we get down to the 53-man number, and guys will be fighting like mad to be included in it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
Not only does he look the part, he plays it as well. Tall, prototypical-looking pocket passer with better athletic ability than what people think, gets outside of the pocket and makes big plays downfield.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now this time he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll give it to him up the middle. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go. 20.
On play action, Wentz gonna let one fly for Robinson. And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On first down, Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Here we go now.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Rodgers brings it in. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Richard Rodgers, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot, because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
And just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Flush to his right. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Rodgers now. Off play action. Rolling to his right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Back to throw. Rodgers. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Taylor, and good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me...
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You know I always talk about when teams line up a long field goal so that you should be in a safe defense.
Right.
But you're also in a position here where this is a makeable kick. So rushing it is also part of this strategy. Maybe they use their aggressiveness against them on that fake.
Yeah, with a low trajectory, they're coming in hot, trying to block it. And you're right, and obviously it worked out.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Rodgers off the play fake. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there from 3 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback, but like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Now let's go. Blue line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. 11 more on that one and another first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 in his...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
All right, here we go. Blue line. Blue line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of... And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Rodgers throwing on first down. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd and short.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. Looking to throw. Rodgers. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Rodgers on first down. He's going to air one out. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Rodgers now to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3-score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
All right, now look at 56.
Here's Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. He's going to let this one go deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Stepping out with his man, his zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They were making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
56.
And he'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Escapes the sack, steps away to his left, and he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Escaping the pressure right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the
First down.
conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Gone.
Back to throw. Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hit. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Green 39.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Blue 90.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Set. 319.
Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one is right down Broadway. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers, off play action. He'll buy some time right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Timmy Jernigan able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Being chased out left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And out now come the Eagles. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there, 70 yards, and the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Rodgers on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
All right, now look at 56.
Rodgers now off the play fake. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Here's Rodgers throwing on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. It's their quarterback, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
And they'll run it here across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He's back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And this is caught at the 8. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. Eluding the press. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Prater on to add the extra point. Extra point good by Prater. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.